This is going to be a lot looser than my usual videos because I am simply not calm enough to be super structured. I have no business being surprised that Blizzard would do something this out of pocket, let alone give the player character a direct role in enabling it. I really shouldn't be, and yet. I wanted to believe they could improve. I wanted to believe that they would at least know better and carry some microscopic speck of self-awareness to avoid writing time travel shenanigans where you, directed by a trans character no less, are explicitly enabling the forced breeding and rape of Alexstrasza. Stupidly, I assumed that the writers at Blizzard would understand that they have no business, range, or place tackling that part of Alexstrasza's background, and in light of the lawsuit that Bobby Kotick wants us all to forget even happened because Blizzard, the company of breast milk thieves and cubicle crawlers, totally didn't ever have a systemic problem with harassment or abuse. And this man has the gall to be angry over people photoshopping devil horns on his pictures because that makes it oh so hard for him to get a date when women look him up and see those devil horn pictures. Cry me a river. Writing this quest with Chromie, a known trans character, during Pride Month and a tsunami of anti-trans hatred on top of the lawsuit clinging to Blizzard's reputation like skunk spray is, quite frankly, so obliviously self-destructive that I can only assume the person who greenlit this was drunk at the time. Either drunk or resentful. This quest, where we have to find the misplaced demon soul and put it back in the hands of the Dragonmaw, thus ensuring that Alexstrasza's horrific ordeal continues, could have been literally anything else from WoW's history. Anything at all. But they went with this, and the shallow way it's dealt with when you're done doesn't help matters any. This subject matter, and Alexstrasza's feelings about it, should be handled in a story on par with the Blue Dragonflight's questline, in-depth, emotionally intelligent, and resonant. If the writers were going to touch on it at all, that's what it needed to be. Because contrary to what the bad faith sea lions in WoW's player base insist, sexual violence is in fact a special category of violence that needs to be handled with care. Well, we kill people all the time, but you aren't up in arms about that. Killing and are different things that have different effects and different responses. You are showing a complete lack of understanding, nuance, or even the interest in gaining such. Also, when I did criticize the sheer number of sentient beings we unthinkingly wipe out, y'all flipped over and dismissed it as an issue worth talking about, so you're not exactly coming from a place of good faith, are you? It's called warcraft! I made an entire video about this brainless retort because arguing with a single one of you is like playing whack-a-mole. Be gone! Dark things happen, that's what it was like in the Middle Ages. Firstly, assaulting someone in medieval times could result in you being castrated, hung, drawn and quartered, or really any number of horrific mutilations or executions, so maybe shut your mouth if all that's going to come out is your thinly veiled fetish for the before times. Secondly, this isn't the Middle Ages, it's fictional fantasy land. Thirdly, why exactly are you so intent on recreating an imagined time in your mind where women were brutalized so casually that you shrug off any kind of uproar about it? Talk to a therapist, please. If they were so intent on this, it could have gone down any number of ways. We could have been sent to sabotage her chains to facilitate her eventual escape. We could have made sure the dragon soul gets to Ronin so he could destroy it and free her because the Infinite were trying to prevent that. We didn't even need to go to this moment in time in the first place. And yet, for some reason, the writers, or one particular writer allowed to get away with it, thought that the player character enabling years of constant sexual violence was somehow a good fucking idea. I want this game to get better. I want the team to get better. And I wanted to believe that they were starting to. Dragonflight has been leagues better than what came before it, but there were signs that something remained deeply wrong, and this quest with Chromie and Alexstrasza is just the latest one. I am deeply disappointed and frankly angry that it was written at all. The only silver lining here is that it's on the PTR, and there is a chance that with enough feedback, Blizzard will see reason and change the quest, because this is absolutely not how it should be handled.